Okay, so this is question 1 on the Unit 2 paper for November 2016 for GCSE Numeracy. Okay, so this question's about a travel graph. It's showing a journey that Gareth made yesterday, and the vertical axis is showing the distance he is from his home, and the horizontal axis is showing the time of day that it is. Okay, so part A is asking us how far away was Gareth from home was Gareth at 15:00. That's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So if we look on our time axis, there's 15:00. Okay, so he was, if we read up to our graph, that's here, he was, and then we read across, he was 6 kilometers from home. 1 mark for that. Easy peasy. Right, at what time did Gareth arrive back home? He left home at 12, he did his journey, and he arrived back home at this point here. Now we can see that that's between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the evening. Halfway between there, that's going to be 7 o'clock, so 19:00, and we're halfway between 7 and 8, so the answer therefore we'll mark is 7:30. Sometime after 5 p.m, Gareth headed for the supermarket. The supermarket was closed when he got there, so he headed straight back home. So 5 p.m. is going to be here. Okay, so he headed for the supermarket. It was closed, so he headed straight back home. So I would say that here he is. He's 2 kilometers from his home here. He's still 2 kilometers from his home here, so he's not necessarily going anywhere. And then he heads to the supermarket, and then he goes home. What time did he arrive? I would say that's this point here. So halfway between 6 and 7 o'clock. 6:30 1 mark. And then Gareth did not stop for the whole time between 3 and 3:30. So that's this section of the graph here. It says, what does the travel graph tell you about his journey at these times? Well, we can see that he's 6 kilometers from home that whole time. So the travel graph is telling us he was the same distance from home for half an hour. Okay, so we could just write that down. Now it says he does not stop. So that could mean anything really. It could mean that he's going up and down some stairs in the same location. He could be moving but not travelling any further or any closer to home. He was the same distance from home for half an hour is enough to get the marks on this question. Okay, have a look at the other questions on the paper.